Another Holden and a Ford.
So it's good to see that the Holdens are still up there. I mean, they've had plenty of straight line speed, and now, of course, they've made a bit of a change in the parity to alter the setup around the cornering to make it so-called more of an equal equation between them and the Fords. Although the Holden boys would say, I don't know why they're tweaking with us anyway.
Well, in the top 6, we've got 3 Holdens, 3 Fords, so that's not bad numbers at the moment.
Ash will be happy with that. And Lindsay Dodd, the series coordinator, is doing a great job with the NZ V8 Utes.
So Vinny Chaos Ward in the 6th position behind Mike Lightfoot, who's in 5th. You go back to Peter Robb, Rocket Man, SOS Jeff Spencer, Dave Stewart, the boss, Precious McKelvey, birthday boy, in 10th. And then we go back to Jack Kernahan and Huggy Urquhart.
Well, so far,
I was just about to say, and he's still going and going, and he's buried it. He's buried it. He may get away with this. How many times did Lightfoot go around? He's looking for a second Citizen watch.
I was just about to say we haven't had any big moments. Will we see the safety car? And I think yes.
He's buried it. He's buried it. Here's the peak antifreeze replay. I think
he's just gone into a puddle.
He's run the white line, and it's the big tank slapper, and it's gone around once. Twice.
3 times?
Oh, maybe 2.5 to be fair.
Wonder if he's wearing that Citizen watch.
Oh, towards the cameraman. He's just caught the edge of the gravel trap. Filled the ute up full of gravel.
And he'll be shaking his head saying, oh, Mike. Yep, he's not happy.
Yeah, I don't know that was the word he was using. The lights are out on the AMG Mercedes safety car. We're going back racing with the final race from Teretonga for the NZ V8 Utes. Chris Pither with the race lead, chased by championship leader Kane Lobb. So first last year, lead second last year, and those positions are reversed effectively, but Pither sits back in 3rd in the points.
Bit of oil on that wet track too, so she's very, very slippery around here at Teretonga Park Raceway, and it's got to say hats off to all the Southern motor racing fans who've had all their containers. Even those jokers have got the house set up around the side of the track. They're certainly getting their money's worth hanging around out here in the rain and getting a good day's racing too, haven't they? And the Zone 200.
There's a couple of houses over there, and one of them's got a spa pool, a bar, a pool table, and the darts board going.
Barks, who's racing here with the Inky Tulloch Motorsport and the B&T V8s, he says it's sensational. It's a bit like shades of Bathurst racing around there. He thinks it's fantastic the way that the Southern fans get behind their motorsport. It's great.
Well, other than the Southern Loop, there is not an inch of space. Dave Stewart. Gather it back up, Dave. There is not an inch of space around the outside of the circuit for viewing. Every spot is taken up, including bringing in a couple of houses. It's just absolutely sensational.
And I reckon, Jamie, even though it's weather like this, I reckon there'll still be a hardy Southern bloke out there in jandals and stubbies.
Absolutely, you can guarantee it. Only one, try probably 150.
All right, they'll be looking at Dave Stewart's Metro Ute and say, why are you driving like a Metro man?
Yeah, well, he started out at pit lane. I'm not too sure what the issue was. Maybe he was having some vision issues as Junior goes by Hammer Time for the 3rd spot in the McDonald's Ford.
So will Hammer Time try to come back, or will the rookie just say, okay, I'm part of the learning experience, first time down here, and let's just pick up the points in car number 9?
Well, this will be the most amount of laps he's done. He missed most of the first 2 test sessions throughout the weekend, so every time he goes out on track, he's learning more. He's certainly in the deep end now, literally with that much water out there.
A lot of engine problems and setup on Friday with oil and gearboxes. So he's done really well, and the team have done a fantastic job to keep him going this weekend.
Yeah, he's just had a couple of little issues. Just unfortunately, I think lost a tyre in the 3rd and final race in Christchurch at the previous round that cost him some points. But he is doing such a very, very good job. He's the best performing rookie in the series. Went into the round 4th in the points.
Good battle here between the Rocket Man and
Dave Stewart.
Sliding and drifting.
He's still sideways.
And he hangs onto it.
He gathers it back up. He might be just starting to show off, I reckon.
He's actually enjoying the, driving in the Utes compared to the B&T V8s. He would have had, a bit of a drifting experience then as well.
Well, he says that there's a lot less to damage. These cars only have 2 doors, whereas the NZ V8s have 4. So, that takes a bit off the old damage bill straight away.
Great to see him still motor racing as Junior Werner and the McDonald's Ford goes flying into that wet sweeper. He's had a good weekend, picked up a race win, had a bit of problems in race 1.
Finished second in the championship a couple of seasons ago. His dad, Graham, was third in the championship last year. We've seen that big incident between himself and Mike Morton at the end of race number 2, as Simon Byrne getting sideways off the exit of 1 in the McDonald's Ford. Absolutely treacherous conditions. I know I'd rather be sitting where I am now.
Oh, exactly. And they're doing a good job so far. In fact, the only guy that's had any moment has been poor old Buzz.
Yeah, that was a big moment, 2.5 turns around. I thought he'd gone right off of the sweep. That was actually a turn 7 into the gravel trap under brakes onto the main straight. So there he is.
And the BSL Ford, so he certainly buckled himself up. And the Buckley's Ford there, the BSL team, CEO of the company. Oh, and look at the distance now between the front runners. They're going to perhaps lap him.
Last lap board for Chris Pither coming up. Kane Lobb within about a second and a half. Pither looking for win number 3 for the championship, trying to keep that number 1 on the side of the Gallagher Ford.
That's going to be a good effort too, because considering that they had to basically nurse the car home in the second race when he knew that the rear dip was going off, they changed that again for about, I don't know, about the zillionth time this year. Yeah,
they're onto their third one. We alluded to the fact we thought he was having some dramas because he was having brake lockups and it looked to be struggling to get off the final corner onto the main straight. I thought he was missing gears in that, but it was sort of at the rear end of the car.
Exactly.
So there's Buzz Lightfoot. He is in the 12th position.
And is going like a Lightfoot at the moment around here in the wet. And there's the Gypsy, who started like a tugboat. He actually got buried at the start, but now he's back up to speed, like more like a speedboat. There's some of the great Southern fans. Look at that. It's like an armchair ride, isn't it?
Only in Southland. Only in Southland.
Salubrious setup.
You know, if we had 8,000 to 10,000 people here at the start of the day, I guarantee all of those people are still here at the end of the weekend enjoying the Ute racing with the NZ V8 Ute Challenge.
So there you go, North Island racing fans. That's how they do it in the south. The challenge for you guys to get out there and when we head north to get your own setup trackside like that, perhaps.
All right, the Gypsy. I just about called him the Doctor. That was his nickname last year. The NZ Hose Doctor, of course. The Gallagher Ford, win number 3 coming up. That'll time with wins with the championship leader, Kane Lobb, the Ginger Ninja. Pither takes the victory in the third and final race at Teretonga. Kane Lobb crossing the line in second. Simon Byrne in third, and the McDonald's Ford go back to Chris Hanley, Peter Chaos Ward, and the Rocket Man, Peter Robb, will complete the top 6. Is the championship back on track for Chris Pither? We'll have to wait and see at the next round at Timaru for the 4th round of the NZ V8 Utes. Chris Pither with the victory from Kane Lobb. Ford beating home the Holden ahead of Simon Byrne, Chris Hanley, Peter Ward, and Peter Robb completes the top 6.
Congratulations, mate. Looked like very, very trying conditions.
Yeah, it definitely was, you know. It was wet out there, the windows fogging up. 1.8 tonnes of ute isn't an easy thing to handle in these conditions, but we made it through unscathed and bagged some more points and took out the round 1 as well.